This is section 14.1. We're going to be talking about different voting methods. This is not different methods for voting. This is actually different methods for counting the votes. What we're going to have is what we call preference ballots. These are ballots in which a voter is asked to rank all the candidates in order of preference. For example, I have 3 people that are running for president: Sally, Joe, and Maria. What I'm going to do is rank in order who I would prefer to be the president and who I would least likely want to be president. So let's suppose I like Sally the best, so I'm going to give her first choice. My second choice for president is Maria, because I like her better than Joe, and I really don't care for Joe, so he's my third choice for president. So this would be an example of a preference ballot. Suppose we have 4 candidates, and they're all running for president of the Student Film Institute. We've got Paul, abbreviated P, Rita, Sarah, and Tim. And no, I do not expect you to write this slide down. Each of the club's members submits a secret ballot indicating his or her first, second, third, and fourth choice for president. So let's suppose this is my ballot, this is Mr. Graham's ballot, this is Miss Babcock's ballot, this is etc. Okay, so these are individual ballots that people are casting. A preference table summarizes how people voted. So what this says is that 14 people all voted the same way. They wanted Paul for first choice, then Rita, then Sarah, and last place they wanted Tim. Their last choice was Tim. 10 people voted Sarah, Rita, Tim, Paul. 8 for 1 person had Sarah for first choice, Tim, Rita, then Paul. So if we do a preference table, what we're doing is summarizing this information from the ballots. So we have 14 ballots that chose Paul, then Rita, then Sarah, then Tim. 14 ballots, Paul, then Rita, then Sarah, then Tim. 10 ballots, etc. Yes, you will need to write down this table. We're going to be using it throughout the entire section, so you are going to need this information written down. How many people selected Rita as their second choice? Okay, so let's go back to the table. We want Rita for second choice. So we're looking at second choice right here. And we count up how many people wanted Rita. Rita is the R, so I've got 14 ballots here, and I've got 10 ballots here, and no more R's, so I don't need those. So between the 14 here and the 10 here, second choice for Rita was the 14 plus another 10. 24 people wanted Rita as their second choice. Counting ballots, this is called the plurality method. The plurality method, we only look at the first place votes. We don't care who is the second choice, we don't care who is third choice, we don't care who is fourth choice. Whoever has the most first place votes, that one's the winner. Plurality method, most first place votes. So we've got the same plurality table, or preference table, I mean. Who would be the winner using the plurality method? So we look only at the first place votes. And we see Paul got 14 here. Sarah got 10. Tim gets 8. Rita gets 4. And notice here is a Sarah. So we're going to add one more first place vote to Sarah. So Sarah has 11 first place votes. We have to figure out who's the winner. So we look to see whoever has the most first place, and that would be Paul. Paul would win the election if we choose to count the ballots using the plurality method. A different way of counting the same ballots is called the Borda count method. The way the Borda count works is the last place vote is given 1 point. For every last place you get 1 point for each of those. If you get next to the last, you get 2 points. Third to the last, you get 3 points, etc. You add up the total number of points for each candidate, and whoever has the most points is the winner. So this is the points that you have to get. And yes, you do need to write this down. Yes, all of it. So who is the winner using the Borda count method? Well, remember when we had the plurality method, Paul won. So let's see if we have the same ballots. That hasn't changed. Let's see if we have the same winner using a different method of counting the votes. Okay. So we have first choice, second choice, third choice, and fourth choice. Last choice gets 1 point each. 1 point each. Next to the last gets 2 points. 3 points each. So for every first place vote, you get 4 points. So Tim had 14 fourth choice, those are 1 point each, votes. So 14 times 1 point each, Tim gets 14 points. Sarah got 14 third choice. Third choice is 2 points. So Sarah got 14 2 points each, which is a total of 28 points for Sarah so far. Second choice is 3 points each. So Rita has 14 of the 3 points, or 42 points so far for Rita. First choice then would be 4 points each, and Paul has 14 of them. 14 fours is 56 points so far for Paul. If we do that for the rest of the table, we see that Sarah has 10 first choice, which would be 40 points. Tim has 8 first choice, or 32, 16, and 4. For the second choice, remember those are 3 points each. So Rita has 10 of the 3 points each, or 30 points. Sarah with 24, Tim with 12, and another Tim, he has 1 of the 3 points. Third choice, we've got 20, 16, 8, and 2. And finally 10, 8, 4, and 1. Okay, so once we got this far, we have to add up all the points for Paul, add up all the points for Rita, add up all the points for Tim, all the points for Sarah. So we look for all the Pauls. We've got a Paul here, and we've got a Paul here, Paul, Paul, and Paul. So what we're going to do is we're going to add up the 56. We're going to add up the 10, add up the 8, add up the 4, and add up the 1. If we add those points together, we get 79 points for Paul. Do the same thing for Rita. She has 106 points. Sarah has 104. And Tim has 81 points. So now we check to see who has the most points. We've got 79, 106, 104, 81. The highest number of points is 106. So using the Borda count method, Rita would be our winner, not Paul. Notice somebody else won. Depends on how you count the votes. Plurality with elimination, I'm going to put that in part 2. So I'm going to stop the video now.